This will be a brief introduction to the Forest Manufacturing Model 230 vertical blade traveling table bandsaw. This is also known as one of our fitting saws. First, basic features of the machine. We are talking about, obviously, bandsaw, vertical blade, traveling table. The idea being you put your workpiece on the table and move the table to make the cut. This is a high-speed machine, so the blade has a fixed speed of 3,000 feet per minute. So a typical speed you would use for cutting wood, most types of foam, insulation materials, plastics, sometimes materials such as graphite. So it's a high-speed machine. It is not suitable for cutting things like steel, and it only runs dry. It does not run lubricant of any sort on the blade, just cuts dry. A quick bit of differentiation here, but what are our fitting saws? So we have a class of machines we call fitting saws. These are used by insulation fabricators to make specialized pipe insulation shapes like elbows, T's, Y's, things like valve bodies or other special shapes of insulation go around piping and related components. So this machine can be set up as a fitting saw. It has special fixtures or tooling to make it fast and easy for insulation fabricators to make those parts. But the machine is much more generally useful than just as a fitting saw. I'd probably sell 2 or 3 of these for plastics or general purpose foam for every one I sell as a fitting saw. Dimensions. This is of the fitting saws, the medium size. We have a smaller Model 250, a 214, a larger Model 236. This is kind of the middle child. As our overall product offering goes, this is on the small side. So when fully raised, we have a vertical working blade length of 24 inches. We have a horizontal distance from the blade over to the saw's vertical column of 30 inches, hence the name Model 230. The traveling table has a stroke of about 54 inches. It's meant to cut through a 48-inch workpiece, so it's got 55 inches to give you room on both sides for clearance. Unique amongst our saws, this machine uses 3 blade wheels. This little triangular configuration. It's the middle child in many ways. These are 14-inch wheels. This machine is rated to carry up to a 3/4-inch blade, or some 1-inch blades if they're very thin, like 020, 022-inch thick. Those are typically like knife style blades. Most of your hook to style blades, this is rated for up to 3/4 of an inch. As standard, this has a screw over spring blade tension mechanism that's rated to tension up to those 3/4-inch wide blades. Lock some cabinets down. Please don't operate this machine with the cabinets open. I'm just doing this to show you our configuration here and the pretty orange wheels. So the standard, that pretty much covers the standard features. Comes with a magnetic motor starter. Does not include a disconnect or fusing, but it does include an overload for the motor. Optional features you might want. We can do our precision workpiece positioning fence here between the blade and the saw's vertical column. We can do a large operator guard here if you like that. We do it with aluminum framework and a clear plastic. We can do a laser guideline light to project a red line on where you'll be cutting. Got dirty. You have option of a variable speed blade drive. Mostly those aren't necessary. If you're cutting something with a low melting point, polypropylene comes to mind. You might be fussy about the blade speed. For most of the foam, plastic type materials, a 3,000 feet per minute fixed blade speed works great. Machine does come standard with our crank style guidepost socket. The idea here is raise or lower this upper blade guide to just clear the height of whatever you're cutting, maybe a little more. Does 2 things for you. First off, it's a safety thing. So the unused portion of the blade is guarded versus chopping your fingers off. And by shortening the distance between the blade got under the table and here, you're getting yourself a more stable cut. We also can do a heavy version of this machine where instead of this cantilever style table, we do a rail mounted table. The cantilever style table is very nice to work around. You don't have rails or something here to bang your knees into, but we're limited in how big we can make this and how much weight you can put on it. If you have large work pieces or heavy work pieces, I ask that you look at our rail mounted heavy style. We call it Model 230 Heavy. Let's do some test cuts. So the thing I've got to cut today is a building insulation product. It's maybe a 1.5 to 2 pound urethane foam backed with some silver metallic foil type material. Should cut very easily. I know it'll cut very easily because I've done it on other videos with other machines. Now when you're dealing with a stack of material like this, it might be nice to have for the left edge here, our workpiece positioning fence. This machine, this customer did not order that, so just to help position things, I'm going to use some magnets. We offer a large selection of magnets. These are actually pretty small, but we do some that are up to 18 inches tall. Those are switchable magnets. These are permanent magnets, but since the tabletop is metal, these work great. So we'll just try not to scratch up the table too much here. Just as a little backstop. Just to keep the work pieces from moving around too much. As I said before, you want to lower this upper guide, unlock the guide post, crank it down wherever it needs to be, lock it back down. I expect this stuff to cut very easily. So, magnetic motor starter, hit start. No trouble at all. Nice, straight, smooth, pretty cut. Another important feature we offer. This machine has provision for connecting a dust collection system. We actually have two. We have what we call a dust nozzle right here. It's under the table and it wraps around the blade under the table, which is the best place to catch the dust. That's where the dust produced by cutting with a hook 2 style blade, as the blade exits the workpiece, that's the best place to catch the dust. We offer a Model 989 dust collection system to hook up here. I would like it if you'd buy our Model 989, but any machine with similar capacity will work. We also have what we call a dust port here on the bottom of this cabinet. So you will often collect a lot of dust right here, where the blade comes off the wheel, makes its first turn. Any dust that didn't get caught by the dust nozzle, or if you're not running this dust nozzle, you can evacuate the lower cabinet right here. That'll also catch a great deal of the dust. That's the Model 230. If you have any questions or like to discuss a specific application for bandsaws, please feel free to call or email us. Thank you and have a good evening.